Okay, so the next blend is going to be similar tone. So it's also has Guatemalan and Brazilian, but it's going to be balanced by Sumatran. And this is an organically grown Sumatran. Because I don't have the stamp of organic in the United States, I can't claim that it's organic, even though there's no additives.
Right.
But it is organically grown as far as I know. So the Sumatran is a really good one for dark roast because it has a kind of earthy tone to it. So that's the one I recommend to people that are like, have never drank Cool Beans coffee and they're like, I want dark roasts. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Do you want it bitter? Do you want it muddy? Because that's what most people think that they like in a dark roast.
Right.
So the Sumatran has no bitterness either. That one's the darkest that I roast. That's the darkest that I roast, but it does have a little bit of an earthy tone to it. So it mimics some of the dark roast qualities of other coffees.
Interesting.
So it's going to balance it just a little bit less chocolatey and a little bit more like earthy tone to it.
And I think I might even like that more. I love earthy coffee, and I'm grateful. I'm very grateful that you made coffee. Would you like some more, Taylor?
No, I want to wait for this next one.
You can have both, you know.
I do. I have a lot of coffee, believe it or not.
Do you? I used to have so much coffee. It's sad. It's a sad life. I will say, by drinking less coffee, I felt better. I felt
Not
more
as
awake,
dependent on it.
and more focused. So there's a study with caffeine and ADD. And how caffeine can scramble your brain. So when I gave up caffeine, I actually felt more focused, which is really weird. But I just freaking miss coffee.
Well, there's no added caffeine in this, which is a bonus too.
So we can drink more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. It's great. Do you know how to make decaf coffee?
Mm-hmm. I have a decaf blend.
Do you?
Yep.
Could you make this into a decaf blend?
I can make.
Wait. Could you make a low acidic decaf blend?
Yes. I could do that.
That'd be cool.
So
Talk about
decaf blends are notoriously extra acidic because of the process that they normally use.
It's like everything you would think just doesn't,
it's backwards.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
So the bonus is that caffeine itself can provide some acidity. So that balances it out a little bit. But decaf, a lot of decafs are done with a chemical decaffeination process, which obviously is adding in acidity because you're putting things in your stomach that you shouldn't have in your stomach. So
interesting.
Yep. So the decaf I have, and I can get my hands on other stuff too, is processed with a sugarcane decaffeination. And there's also a Swiss water process too. So the sugarcane I like, it does have a really minute amount of sugar in it, but they actually use an extract from sugarcane to decaffeinate it. And then you're getting a little sweetness added to it too, but it's all natural sweetness. It's literally pure sugar.
That's
so
incredible.
whatever the bean already tasted, it gets heightened during that decaffeination process because it's sitting in sugars.
Interesting.
Basically. So, but that one is also
That'd be
all
fun.
natural.
We should definitely look into that.
Mm-hmm. The one I have right now is a Colombian. So that one's pretty. That's the one that tastes like graham crackers.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like a dessert coffee.
Yeah.
When you start reading some of these packages, you can really, the flavors really jump out. It says it has notes of citrus. Okay, you taste that. It says it has notes of cherry. You could really start to taste.
You can get
a lot
really
of those
specific
hints when you, especially the first time you see it. Like Colombian, normally it has a nice it's almost like this. This actually has a little bit of it, but Colombian to me almost tastes like a really light hot chocolate. It's this dark.
I can see
cacao.
that with the chocolate notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you have to train your palate because there's some people that don't even like coffee that are gonna watch this or coffee tastes like dog water.
Coffee tastes like coffee.
Yeah, and you're it does not. And I'm when you drink something enough, you can start to pick out those flavors. And it's a good mental exercise too to try to be okay, can I taste? The package says this. Am I tasting that? That's a good thing to do. Okay, so podcast blend number 1, A, if not A+. I just don't want to give an A+ until we try the next one. Do you have any idea on notes on this? So it says more earthy.
Yep. So hold on, I can look it up for you.
Jeez.
I'm gonna go to coolbeanscoffeemi.com.
Ooh, free plug. Everyone type it in right now. Press pause in the video. Cool Beans Coffee.
So the other thing that's kind of interesting is, and not a lot of people know this, and it can be a little bit stressful as a coffee roaster, is even if you get the same beans from the same supplier year after year, you're getting different notes because the weather that year changes. It was really sunny this year.
I can't see. There you go.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
It was really sunny this
Gotta make
year.
sure
They
the
got a
people can
lot of
hear you,
rain this
Taylor.
year. That can really affect it. So like one of the things that I had another blend called the signature blend prior to the TaylorMade. And all of a sudden the Guatemalan crop that I was getting is not the same anymore. And so I had to remake that blend, but it was really fun because now I had to figure out how to make something that was similar to what I already liked, but a little bit different. So it's almost like everything is a little bit limited edition because even Guatemalan next year from the same farmer is going to be slightly different.
It's just things that people don't even think about. Like people have
I
no
didn't
idea.
know it before.
You know, they just buy coffee, they buy the same blend, but they actually might be getting kind of a fresh, new tasting coffee every crop.
And that's another reason to buy things that you know are fresh instead of, I don't know when they package this. Okay, so Sumatran. Earthy flavors like dark chocolate, tobacco. That's an interesting note. You'll taste that one. Black tea, brown spice, and dried plum.
Interesting.
So I really taste in the Sumatran.
And what
I taste
percentage is the Sumatran?
That one's
This one?
all equal parts Brazilian, Guatemalan, Sumatran. That one I can taste the dark chocolate and that brown spice. It's an interesting little flavor.
Yeah.
So in all of
so
these
will this
two,
be potentially a little sweet, but it has less chocolate though, right?
yes, it's going to have less of the milk chocolatey taste. So it's probably going to taste a little less sweet, but a little bit more. I don't even know how to describe the black spice. I just have to taste it.